Hello everyone, I'm Tom Lynch, the president of Conwell Egan Catholic High School and a proud graduate of Bishop Egan class of 1972. Welcome to our virtual open house for 2020. A little different than our normal open house this year, as I'm sure you understand, but nonetheless we think you're going to get a lot out of this. And please write down your questions as you go through, because we'll have a Q&A session at the very end. And now please enjoy the virtual open house tour.
For over 60 years, Conwell Egan Catholic High School has been cultivating leaders, inspiring scholars, and serving God. Located in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, Conwell Egan Catholic High School is a co-ed college preparatory school that serves students in grades 9 through 12. Our campus layout consists of 3 levels that house classroom, study, and office spaces, as well as the Academic Resource Center, dining hall, gymnasium, science labs, East Lab, Center for Student Leadership, Counseling Center, Chapel, and state-of-the-art Performing Arts Center, all of which have been beautifully renovated within the last 3 years. The academic day is from 7:30 a.m. until 2:15 p.m., with homeroom once a week to allow for weekly check-in and sharing of pertinent information. Our innovative 9-period academic program enables us to provide additional time for math and English enrichment, tutoring, dual enrollment courses, study skills, and valuable leadership opportunities through the Center for Student Leadership. This improved structure is critical to efficiently and effectively learning course material and building momentum for success at CEC and beyond. We also offer SAT prep courses as part of our core curriculum. Our student-teacher ratio is 18:1. The advantage of our smaller class sizes offers a powerful opportunity to build confidence, provide spiritual and emotional guidance, and instill an important sense of self-worth as students grow, mature, and learn to assume greater responsibility as young adults. In addition to our core curriculum, students select from a variety of electives based on their interest, with careful guidance from teachers and counselors to ensure they make the most of their educational journey. You can find the full course guide on our website to learn more. As you walk through our school, you will see a range of students immersed in challenging courses from 3 main programs: college preparatory, honors, and advanced placement. Our curriculum offers a wide range of academic and artistic opportunities that appeal to the interest of our students while preparing them for college and career. We are proud of our rich and spirited history with the culture that has developed young men and women who have excelled in their ambitions. At CEC, students from near and far quickly become immersed in the school's academic, extracurricular, and social life. CEC has a diverse community that includes students who come to us from around the world, including China, Vietnam, and South Korea. CEC welcomes students through our partner organizations that facilitate both homestay and on-campus experiences. International students who choose to live at CEC full-time reside in the St. Anthony International Student Residence Hall, overseen by our program partners, A&B Education, experiencing campus life at a collegiate level. The Academic Resource Center offers additional academic support through early intervention and individualized lesson plans implemented by content-specific tutors. CEC students are communicated with on a daily basis to ensure they have ample opportunity for assistance in every subject area through assistance via the ARC. The Center for Student Leadership offers career and college readiness opportunities, both through the Senior Seminar Internship Program and additional exposure and networking opportunities that are available to all grade levels. Week to week, the CSL invites various alumni and guest speakers to share their stories, experiences, and advice. Routinely, students come to the CSL for resume building and writing workshops, to be matched with alumni mentors, and to gain extra knowledge and direction as they prepare for life beyond CEC. The CSL features a newly renovated space. This versatile room features a computer lab, student breakout room, library, lounge area, and is used for daily homework and tutoring. Our dedicated counseling center facilitates the maximum development of each student from the moment they walk through our doors, providing robust academic, personal, and college and career counseling. CEC exceeds the standards set for the average high school counseling center, expanding its staff to 4 times the national average with 4 full-time counselors. This allows CEC to offer a 110-to-1 student-to-counselor ratio. The current national average is 430-to-1. CEC is the only Catholic school in the nation to offer the EAST program. EAST, an acronym that stands for Education Accelerated by Service and Technology, is a project-based, technology-driven service learning program that encourages students to use state-of-the-art technologies. They work with partners in their communities and create lasting solutions to issues that they identify as important. EAST students also learn to build critical thinking, collaboration, and problem-solving skills that they can apply in all settings. In conjunction with the EAST program, the newly launched STEAM program provides an added focus on science, technology, engineering, EAST, and mathematics at CEC. This new program aims to deliver additional opportunities for students to make informed and confident decisions regarding college and career paths upon graduation. CEC has an entirely wireless campus, which allows our educational community to be globally connected. At CEC, we recognize that just as technology has evolved over time, so has the way our faculty and students prefer to learn. Some may be visual learners, others may be auditory, verbal, logical, social, or any combination. In order to accommodate these varied learning styles, we supply each student with a device that will allow them to learn the way they learn best. Students use their device in every class as a medium for direct interaction with the learning process, a means for productive collaboration with their teachers and classmates, a helpful organizational tool, a vehicle for research, a tool for completing and submitting assignments and tests. The ability to collaborate 24/7 with fellow students and faculty is a key piece to allowing our young adults to grow and learn the skills necessary for thriving in a modern, fast-paced world. At the center of our mission lies our Catholic identity. The Office of School Ministry aims to help students take the Catholic faith that they learn in the classroom and help them to put it in action in their own lives. Students are built up in their faith through the celebration of our Franciscan and Marian traditions through masses, prayer services, retreats, and other activities. They are then encouraged to live their faith through clubs, activism, service, and participation in the life of the church. The Cec Chapel lies on the 3rd floor and serves as a daily reminder of our mission to provide a Catholic, values-based education to our students. We believe that participation in fine arts has a positive impact on the whole student. Creative thinking, confidence building, and promotion of commitment and teamwork are some of the many benefits our students receive through our stellar fine arts program. The CEC Performing Arts Department provides a platform for educational and creative opportunities for the school community through the year in areas of vocal, instrumental, and theatrical production. Through character development and vocal and instrumental expression, performing arts deepens a student's understanding of themselves and the world around them. Visual arts students learn the important 21st century skill of interpreting and analyzing visual information. The CEC Visual Arts program provides an innovative environment for students to learn technique, create artwork for exhibition, and build their portfolio throughout their 4 years at CEC. Equally integral to the CEC experience is our athletic and activities program. With more than 80% participation in interscholastic athletics and extracurricular activities, our students are proud to represent CEC in and outside of the classroom. CEC has 22 varsity programs with junior varsity and freshman teams. As members of the prestigious Philadelphia Catholic League, CEC has a proud history of success throughout the legacy of Bishop Egan, Bishop Conwell, and Conwell Egan Catholic High School athletics. CEC boasts 5 athletic fields and a gymnasium located on our 2nd floor. In June 2020, CEC broke ground on a new, state-of-the-art turf field complex that will be utilized by the soccer and lacrosse teams. Clubs and activities are varied and rotate based on student interest, with an array of opportunities to make your high school years even more meaningful while promoting active leadership and cultivating friendships. From cooking club to community service corps, we're confident that there is something for every student. One of the most well-known and long-running traditions we have at CEC is our renowned Spirit Night. Each year, the students prepare for months, honing their skills to eventually show them off over 3 wild and crazy nights. From January to April, the students choreograph dances, build giant themed murals, design intricate costumes, cut music, organize skits, and invent fun and challenging games. All of this work culminates in 3 amazing nights at the end of April. The students perform their hearts out and are judged on everything from choreography to execution, sportsmanship to creativity, and artistic vision to athletic achievement. And every year, the stands are full, with parents, friends, and alumni who are eager to show their support and share in the memories that are made with each unforgettable performance.
I hope you enjoyed the tour. And while it's not quite the same as actually being here, we hope it gave you a taste of what it's like to be a student at CEC. I'm also highly confident that if you join our community, you're going to soar with the rest of us. Hope to see you soon.
Hello everyone, we hope you enjoyed the tour. Aside from the obvious renovations that have taken place at CEC over the past few years, we've made tremendous strides in our academic program. From our investment in counseling, our 1:10-to-1 student-to-counsel ratio compares to the national average of 4:30-to-1. Our investment in the Center for Student Leadership, which provides intense college and career counseling. The Academic Resource Center provides free tutoring, academic monitoring, and early intervention. All of these investments have made it a great place for your children and the children of our community to come and be prepared to leave here in 4 years ready to face the challenges of our world. Mr. Lynch and I will meet you in the Performing Arts Center in just a few minutes. Please come prepared with questions. We look forward to talking to you soon. Welcome back, everyone. We're coming to you live from the Grace Danaher Performing Arts Center, beautifully renovated auditorium that was 60 years old. This past summer of 2019, we renovated it. We got to use it a little bit last school year before the pandemic hit, but as you can see, it's a beautiful space. The way tonight's going to run, we do have some questions that came in before the virtual tour that we'll get to. Our Director of Admissions, Kate Rice, gave us some index cards a few moments ago. So we'll get to those questions. Please enter any other questions you might have in the chat box, and we'll get to those throughout tonight. Or Kate is going to respond directly to you as they come in. But before we get to those, I'm going to turn it over to our President and Chairman of the Board, Mr. Tom Lynch.
Thanks, Matt. And I'd also like to welcome everybody. Thanks for taking time out for this. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as Matt said, we have a spectacular new Performing Arts Center here, and I think it's really representative of everything that's been going on at Conwell-Egan in the last 3 years as we've gone through an incredible transformation, building on a great history and taking it to the next level. And here we think about innovation in everything we do. I hope some of that came across in the video. We can't wait to get you here live, and reach out to Kate Rice to make those arrangements. We will accommodate your schedule, because then you'll really feel the vibe and energy and the specialness that comes from this school. And before we open it up to Q&A, one interesting data point: about half of the team that works here, faculty and staff, are graduates. I'm the oldest one. Matt and Kate are a couple of the youngest ones. And there's a bunch in between, and I think it speaks volumes about the passion that the graduates feel about this phenomenal school. And they bring that passion to bear with the students every day. So with that, I'll turn it back to Matt to hit our first question.
So the first question we have tonight, it's a great question, and probably, or maybe the most important question that we should have to answer as you're going through this process. What is the number one reason we should choose CEC right now? So I think, to keep it short, our mission is to do everything that we can to not only help your child develop socially, emotionally while they're here, so they leave here with high character and they're prepared to communicate out in the world. But our goal is to make sure that we provide them with enough information, with enough confidence, to provide you with parents with enough information, so that when your child graduates in 4 years, you're making informed decisions, you're making prepared decisions, and whether that's going to an Ivy League school or going to Bucks County Community College or entering into a trade, whatever the decision is, our goal is for them to be prepared and informed and in making that decision. And we feel really good about that right now. We've implemented a lot of things over the past few years. The Center for Student Leadership, which was touched on in the video, is really a key piece to that. So in addition to our 4 full-time counselors, which we mentioned in the video, 1:10 student-to-counselor ratio, the national average as of last year was 4:30 The Center for Student Leadership provides pretty intense college and career counseling. So from the time they come in as freshmen, they have a class through the Center for Student Leadership with Mr. Shivo. That's kind of an intro to career exploration, in addition to some other things. And as they go through their journey in sophomore, in junior year, and then into senior year, there's internship opportunities. And those internship opportunities that we've experienced over the past few years, they've gone from being an intern with an alum who's an electrician that owns his own business, to real estate, to accounting. So whatever your son or daughter thinks they're interested in, there's an opportunity for them to get some real-life experience before they graduate from here. And we believe by doing that, they're going to be ready to make that decision, or at least more ready than if we didn't go through that process with them. So I think that is the number one reason, if we had to answer that question. Do you want to add anything?
I would just add, we think at CEC, we think every day is career day. It's based on my own experience out in the world and in business for the last 40 years. I think a good idea of the kind of qualities that help somebody become successful in the next step of their journey. So we try to connect the academic and the activities to the career in a realistic way, realizing, you're young folks and you don't have to make up your mind about your career in 9th or 10th grade, but just sprinkle in information that resides somewhere in your mind as you go through this journey that Mr. Fisher talked about that begins to come together towards the end of your high school journey so you can make the most informed decision possible?
Thank you, Tom. So some of the other questions that came in early, we can move through pretty quickly. So please submit more questions. That was, whoever sent that question in, that was a strong one. Some of the other questions, how does placement work? So your students, or your son or daughter, is transferring or transitioning in from an elementary school into Conwell-Egan. So they could be coming in from 15, 20, 25 different schools. So in addition to taking a look at how they performed in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, we do take into account standardized test scores. We do offer our scholarship exam, which many of you have taken. The scholarship exam scores are not used to determine placement, but any standardized tests that are taken prior to graduating from 8th grade, we do take into account in determining that placement. Now, that being said, it's a process that we go through. So even if a student gets placed into college prep, which traditionally would be second track, and then honors traditionally would be first track, they're not stuck there for 4 years. They're not stuck there for an entire year. So say your son or daughter got placed into college prep, which would be second track, Algebra 1, and a month and a half into the school year, or maybe after the first quarter, we realize maybe we misplaced this student. You, as the father or mother, continually told us that we were misplacing your student, and we were going on the data that we had, but we made a mistake. Making those changes with the advice or recommendations of the teacher is an ongoing process. So students are never really stuck, regardless of where they get placed. And then at the end of each year, as they go through course selection in the sophomore year, junior year, senior year, we take the input of the department. So the math department will provide input on placement. So it's an ongoing process. So when you receive your rosters in the summer of 2021, before you enter Conwell-Egan next September, just be patient. If you have any questions, reach out to us, and we'll work to get it right. And if we don't get it right in September, we'll get it right in October or November, and it's an ongoing process.
And what I would add to that is we are not a one-size-fits-all school. You heard all the things Mr. Fisher described. The whole idea is to understand the needs of the individual student and plan that journey accordingly with the student and their family.
The next question that came in is, has to do with course selection. So how many electives do the students choose, and what are their choices? So generally speaking, as a student goes through high school, they end up with more choices. So when they get to sophomore year, they may have a little bit more flexibility, but then once they get to junior year, a lot more flexibility. Then once they get to senior year, they really have a lot of options. But for an incoming 9th grader, they generally take, they all take our 5 core courses, so theology, English, social studies, science, and math. Our 9th graders take biology for science. Most incoming 9th graders take Algebra 1. Some incoming 9th graders take Algebra 2 based on their qualifications. We offer a placement test for any students who believe that they can test out of Algebra 1. So all of those opportunities are there for you, for your children. They'll be communicated to you as we get through the registration and acceptance, and we start sending rosters out and those types of things. Most incoming 9th graders take their first year of a foreign language. So right now in the building we offer Spanish and Italian. Same thing, a student who maybe has taken 5 years of Spanish in elementary school has the opportunity to test out of Spanish 1 directly into Spanish 2. And then we also, students do have the opportunity to take other foreign languages through some partners that we have that offer those courses through online platforms. And all of those things will be communicated to you as we go through the course selection process. Students also take a freshman seminar course, which I briefly touched on. That freshman seminar course serves as an introduction to Conwell-Egan, an introduction to career exploration. from business to careers in technology and engineering to careers in humanities. So they're introduced to all of those things. As Mr. Lynch mentioned, we try to sprinkle things in, and as time goes on, this is the first year we're offering that 9th grade seminar course, the freshman seminar course, and it's just another thing that we've added to get that process started earlier for the students. Outside of those courses I mentioned, students select one elective. So generally speaking, they select instrumental music, choral music, art, or East. So that's kind of where they have a choice. Aside from selecting which language they want to choose, they have the option of selecting one of those 3 elective areas: art, music, and East. Any comments on that, Tom?
Nope, I think you covered it well.
The next question: do students need locks for their lockers, and how much time do they get to switch classes? So right now, we are not using lockers because of the hybrid model that we're using. Students are here on an A-B schedule. We have half the students in the building at one time. We are not using lockers. Hopefully, when things go back to normal sooner rather than later, we do utilize the lockers. The students are assigned the same locker for 4 years. The lock that they need to use needs to be purchased by us for safety reasons, and they get 3 minutes to switch classes. Right now, we're giving them 4 just to provide a safer transition in between classes during the hybrid model, but generally speaking, they have 3 minutes. As you saw in the video, our building is 3 squares on top of each other. It's a very easy building to navigate, and 3 minutes is more than enough time. We very rarely have any students who are late to class. The next 2 questions kind of complement each other. So how do I know if I get accepted, and do you offer scholarships? So I'll answer the second question first. Yes, we offer scholarships. If you go to our website, you'll see scholarships that are offered there. I would say the best thing for you to do if you're interested in scholarships, if you're interested in the application, registration, acceptance process, is to reach out to Kate Rice via email, via phone, and she can fill you in on all of that information. But move quickly. So we're in the scholarship phase. If you haven't applied for any scholarships at this point, I would reach out to Kate soon, maybe tomorrow, just to be more informed and get that process moving. As far as when you'll know if you're accepted, so you'll apply. We'll need to get your records from your elementary school, and then you'll receive an acceptance letter. So again, if you ever have any questions, we're a small school. We hope to be enrolling 140, 150 incoming freshmen next year. Kate is very accessible, so if you have any questions at any time, the best thing for you to do is reach directly out to Kate Rice, who is our Director of Admissions. The next question, and the last question that I have on the questions that were sent in early: how is your baseball program? So we are, as we mentioned in the video, we're part of the Philadelphia Catholic League. We are one of the smaller schools in the Philadelphia Catholic League. We're a part of PIAA at this point. We haven't won any Philadelphia Catholic League titles in recent history. That being said, we are a member of PIAA. We are in one of the smaller classifications. We do have a number of District 12 championships that we've won in the past 5 or 6 years, and we've participated in the state playoffs in all of those years. So the advantage of being a small school is that we do have an opportunity to advance through state playoffs really in all of our sports. So our soccer programs have won district titles. Our football program has won district title. So, and played in state championships and made some decent runs into quarterfinals and semifinals in the state playoffs. And your students, your son or daughters, they have an opportunity here to participate in those athletic programs. They're not going to get lost in the crowd. There's an opportunity. Many of our students play multiple sports. Some of our students play multiple sports during the same season. So there's an opportunity for your sons and daughters to really get involved, not only in athletics, but in a number of different activities that we offer here, which were mentioned throughout the virtual tour video. Tom?
Mr. Fisher could talk about baseball all night. as he was quite a baseball player back in the day, but now I'll have to put up with him.
Sure. Eagle, like a shadow day? Yeah, so it's a great question. Obviously, right now we're in a difficult situation because of the pandemic, the hybrid model, a lot of restrictions that are put on us. So we are not having in-person shadow days, but very soon we will be releasing our virtual tour, which will be on our website. There's going to be a lot of cool different options for you to explore the school, to explore different areas of the school. We tried to individualize it as much as possible so that if you're a student that's interested in the arts, then you're going to have the opportunity to explore that a little bit more closely through that virtual tour video. So keep an eye out on that. That's coming soon. As it stands right now, we are not having any in-person shadow days. If things change over the course of the school year, then we'll jump back into that. But keep an eye out for that virtual tour video, or the virtual shadow day video, because it's a good one.
And we're accessible by email, Zooms, for questions, anything like that. Financial aid is always an important question. Don't hesitate to reach out to Kate, and she'll get those set up with the right people so that we can get you the information you need to make the best decision, which I'm sure will be Conwell-Egan. So the question from Kate is, what's the next big thing for CEC? It's exciting. I mean, we've had a lot of big things in the last 3 years. Yet earlier today, we're out watching the girls' soccer team play on the beautiful new field. The next big thing in the planning stages now is the CEC School of Business. So we want to, like we've done with our STEAM program, as Mr. Fisher described, we added engineering to that this year and made it STEAM instead of STEM. And we feel like we're reimagining what STEM really is with STEAM. We want to do the same thing with business. Last year and the last few years, we've done it with fine arts. So we're going through each of our programs and making them very contemporary, state-of-the-art, with outstanding faculty and outstanding facilities. So we're in the early planning stages for business. So business isn't just taking a course. You get exposed to business leaders, people who are in the accounting profession, professional salespeople, marketing people, that can bring to life what the exciting part of business. I'm partial to it, having been in business my entire career, but I also remember back in a long time ago when I took business courses here, they really didn't do business justice back in the day. They didn't make it exciting as it actually was when you got out into it. So that's our goal to, by next September of 2021, to have that up and running and being one of the courses that are selected, much like engineering was this year.
So the question is, what's the difference between AP and honors track? So generally speaking, students don't get into AP courses here until junior year. Again, that's not it's a fluid decision. It's a decision that could change at any time. The honors track traditionally would be first track for anyone that went to Catholic school in the past. So first track is the honors class, honors is traditionally first track. The AP courses, there's a process to get into them. Our students are also required to sit for AP exams. So it's an intense course. To give you an example, in senior year, a student could take Honors English 4 or AP Literature. So although some of the content might be similar, the AP Literature course really focuses on literature, and there is a test that the students, not that the teacher solely teaches to the test, but that's their focus throughout the school year. And they have to sit for the exam. There's an opportunity for the students to earn college credit if they score well enough and the college that they're going to accepts the credit. But in addition to those, we do offer dual enrollment courses through Bucks County Community College. This year we're offering 4 different courses in sociology, 2 courses, and then also criminal justice and ethics. So those courses do not require students to take an exam at the end. The students earn 3 college credits. They're paid for through your school fee, so there's no additional charge to take the dual enrollment courses. It's a great opportunity for students to earn credits before they leave here. And if a student plays it the right way, they could potentially earn 24 college credits before they leave here. If that's something your son or daughter might be interested in, it sounds enticing, but it would take a lot of planning, a lot of sacrificing. You know, if your student's very into instrumental music, there would be some sacrificing there, just to give you an example. But there is that opportunity to earn college credits before they leave here, not going through the AP track. So the question is, what sports can freshmen join? Freshmen can join every sport. So freshmen are not restricted. We do have JV programs in a lot of our sports. And we do have a lot of freshmen that participate in varsity programs. So we were just, as Mr. Lynch mentioned, we were just out at the girls' varsity soccer game, and there were a number of freshman girls who were participating in much of the game. So there's an opportunity for students to get involved in all of our sports. We offer boys and girls soccer in the fall, football in the fall, girls volleyball, golf. In the winter, we have boys and girls bowling, boys and girls basketball. In the spring, we have baseball, softball, boys and girls lacrosse. So there's a number of opportunities. I'm sure I forgot a few. Field hockey in the fall. I'm not intentionally leaving any sports out. Track and field all year, cheerleading. So there are plenty of opportunities in a school of 450 to 500 students for your sons and daughters to get involved. So our final question, and then I'll kick it back to Mr. Lynch to finish this up. When should a current 7th grader, I wish Ms. Rice would have prepared me with this answer, because I would ask her this question if somebody asked me, but I'll try to answer it. But regardless of what I say, follow up with Kate Rice tomorrow. So when would a 7th grader apply to CEC? You can get the process started as early as you'd like. So you can reach out to Kate, find out more information, learn about the application process. You wouldn't be accepted until we get into the 8th grade year and we have more of your records from 7th grade and the beginning of 8th grade, and you can start applying for financial aid and sit for the scholarship exam. So there's a lot more to the process, but if you want to apply right now, we'll take it, right? But in all honesty, reach out to Kate Rice. She's very accessible, as we've mentioned many times. She has all of these answers that Mr. Lynch and I may not have, but if you ever have any questions for Kate about the admissions process, for us about the academic program, for how the financial aid process works, any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to us, whether you're in 8th grade or 6th grade or 4th grade or however old you are. Please reach out to us. We'll be happy. It's a little bit easier not during the pandemic, but we'll find a way to make it work. We've Zoomed with many parents, prospective and current parents, in groups, in individual meetings. So, we'll make the time for you. You just need to communicate with us and let us know what you need. Tom, you want to wrap it up?
Sure. I just want to cover a little more detail what we offer in the academic program, particularly as it relates to freshmen. A few years ago, we adopted a 9-period day. From the time I walked in here in September 1968 till 2 years ago, I guess.
Yep.
It was an 8-period day with homeroom, and the academic team came up with a very simple but I think brilliantly innovative idea to go to 9 periods. And what did that do? That opened up the opportunity, especially for all the students, but as a freshman, to take math 3 extra days instead of 5, 8, to take English language 2 extra days. Why? Because the transition from 8th grade into high school it's not easy, right? I remember it yesterday. I flunked first semester algebra, and I thought I was a whiz at math. So it's not easy. So it's this whole idea of extra attention. And by the way, if you're a whiz at Algebra 1, you can accelerate faster through it. But if you happen to be struggling or unsure, you get extra care there. In addition, when you add in the Academic Resource Center, which is very vigilant with how each student's performing, and if they sense somebody's getting off track, boom, families are informed, students are informed, schedule time in the Academic Resource Center for dedicated tutoring. And we do it, right now it's online. When we're back to normal, it'll be in person. It's made a huge difference in reducing the number of failures and improving the number of students that achieve honors. And wrapped all around that, as Mr. Fisher talked about, is our very unique counseling center, where we made the decision that 400 students per counselor, which is the average in Pennsylvania, that doesn't make any sense. So we were able to raise the money and increase our counseling force to 4 people, 4 outstanding counselors. When you're coming in as a freshman, you're going to meet your counselor. You're going to have a relationship with your counselor, just like you do with your teachers. In many schools, you see your counselor once a year. Here, they're part of the curriculum, and all these things work together to deliver a really high-octane education. And wrapped around everything else, we're a community here. People support each other. Seniors support freshmen. You know, we're big enough to have all the courses. We're small enough to give the TLC that's necessary to build confidence. My own personal belief is our number one thing is to enable every student to grow their confidence. Because if you have confidence, you can take anything on. And that's our job, as Matt said, and as well as to make sure that whatever decision the student makes, we don't push students, oh, go to the best college possible because that looks good for CEC. That's not how we think about it. If you're not sure, and community college is the right thing for you at this time, and I know based on my own 4 children's experience, we want you to be informed about that. And if you're ready to go to the Ivy League, hallelujah, we want to do everything we can to get you there. So it's not one size fits all, as I mentioned earlier. I have a lot of confidence that if you choose our school, you're going to soar at Conwell-Egan and join the great history of this school. So thanks again for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in person or on Zoom or telephone call. Anything we can do. We know these are very, very big decisions, and we're here to help you make the best one.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.